I wanted to give you guys a quick update today from the farm on our agroforestry plot. If you missed the last video about when we set this up, I encourage you to go back and watch it, or at least take a peek at it, because you'll see how much progress there has been. Honestly, we've been astounded by what's happened over the past, it's been a month now since we got this all installed. It has gone beyond what our expectations were in a good way. So let me just cut to this. I'll show you guys quick so I don't take too much of your time. Let me show you what has happened here in the past few weeks. So if we look at our tree row here, this has been just astounding growth for 5 weeks. As you can see, our trees look beautiful. This is a Eucalyptus. They have lots of new growth on the top already. Our citrus there also. And as you can see, our support crops along the side these are jack beans, and our corn is looking really healthy. Now I want to remind you, this was the worst field that we had on the farm. This corn here is about as tall as what it was last year, the corn we had here last year when it tasseled. So good, excellent growth. As you can see, we've got lots of things. Our mulberries, they're giving us mulberries already. This is a Moringa. It's doing really, really well. We have some, let's see, this is a Gliricidia that we just planted the stick. Look, it's starting to bud now. We have tomatoes that are looking really healthy. Things just look absolutely amazing in this extremely diverse tree row. When we were planting everything about 12 inches apart, I thought there's no way this is actually going to work as they say it will, and it's far exceeded it. This row here, it's a bit thinner. We didn't plant this as diversely, but you can see the tomatoes are actually looking pretty good. Corn, this is an intercrop row. We have the beets along the side are actually looking pretty good. Those will serve as kind of a carpet for the tomatoes to lay on. This row has been absolutely astounding. If you look back at the other video, you'll see that there were just pineapples planted here, not very healthy looking ones. And these beans, I tell you, we have been here for 4 years trying to grow dry beans, and I have never seen anything even close to this kind of growth in the whole season, let alone just in 4 weeks. So they look so healthy. In between here, we've got our pigeon peas that will come up and give us some shade soon. The corn, a little bit of army worm damage on there, but not too bad. Again, very, very astounding growth for this. This is one of our worst rows. We had failures here because we planted some sick tomatoes, but our cilantro is looking good. Our collard greens, more or less. Another tree row looks really, really good. This row here is our coffee row, is coming along fairly nicely. We're getting some, again, our lentils are coming up well. We're getting some good growth on, where are we? On our mandioca, our cassava. Our coffee here it's asking for shade. It wants to be in the shade, so hopefully give this another few weeks and we'll start getting some cover from the cassavas, and you can see the corn and the black-eyed peas. This row, we're getting good growth on our sweet potato vine. They've taken really well. The cassava also, we're still waiting for our Taro Root to come up. Expect that to come up soon. Let's see, over there, our grass row is not done well. That is, it was by far our least diverse row that we planted. And then our row over there, which this I'm actually excited about because we have our first bananas coming up here, which we planted. There we go, first banana. Excited to see that. We hadn't seen any growth in the bananas yet, but now we have hope that they will certainly sprout. So, quick takes from this. We've already learned so much. I think what I can say for sure is that the areas that we planted more diversely, with a higher concentration of plants, more diverse plants, have done far better than the rows that we planted with fewer plants and less diverse. And I think one reason why I really, really love this system so far is that it, for me, shows the incredible complexity of God's creation, and how we talk about God's economy. God's economy is limitless. We think that, look, we've never been able to get beans to plant like this in just bean fields, where there's less diversity, there's less other things that are also needing nutrients. But here, for some reason, in this system, where there's more and there's more diversity, everything is growing better. It doesn't make any sense. We feel like the resources can be limited, but the way that God's created the ecosystems to work, it doesn't work like that. And it's just astounding. But I think it just shows God's incredible complexity in nature and how we can mimic that in agriculture, and we can see some incredible bounty here. And the reality is we're going to be harvesting here. This is only, what, a month in. Another 2 weeks we'll be starting to take off the cilantro and the collard greens. And then we'll pretty much have something to harvest in this plot every week for, even with what we planted here, for the next year and a half, easily. And then more, because then we'll start getting into the perennials, into the tree crops, and it's just doesn't stop. So it's really, really cool to see. Very excited about it, and we've learned so much that we are already taking to new areas that we can test this out, and hopefully over the next year or two this will be something where we can invite people in to take a look and we can get this information out, because this is something that really has a huge amount of potential in our local area to produce not only food security but diversity, and hopefully to start regrowing some of the trees that have been the beautiful hardwood trees that have been taken out to use for timber. So a lot of advantages to this, so we're very excited about this.